Welcome to Bible Reader Companion. Our Bible reading this week is John chapters 3 through 12, and our memory verse this week is John chapter 3 and verse 21, in which Jesus says, in the New King James Version, "But he who does the truth comes to the light, that his deeds may be clearly seen, that they have been done in God." We looked yesterday at the idea in this context of the contrast between how evil hides in darkness and those who do the truth seek out the light. I want to back up further in the context, beginning with a verse that is very recognizable to most Bible students, and that's John 3:16. I want to read from there through our memory verse and look at this entire context. Beginning in John 3:16, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. For God did not send his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. He who believes in him is not condemned, but he who does not believe in him is condemned already, because he has not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of God. And this is the condemnation, that the light has come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. For everyone practicing evil hates the light and does not come to the light, lest his deeds should be exposed. But he who does the truth comes to the light, that his deeds may be clearly seen, that they have been done in God." In this context, we're familiar with the passage about Jesus being sacrificed because of God's love for mankind. God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. But in verse 17, he says he didn't come to condemn the world. What do we mean? What does God mean by that? That he didn't come to condemn the world. Clearly, men are condemned for their evil, and he goes on to say, this is the condemnation in verse 19. How then can God say he didn't come to condemn men? Well, the answer is because of what we've already seen in verse 19, and that is the condemnation is that men have already been doing evil. They've already been conducting themselves in evil, hiding in the darkness. And the problem is that when the light comes and reveals it, they don't want to come to the light. Men were not condemned because Jesus came and died on the cross. Men were already condemned. And that's what many people don't understand. The condemnation was already there because evil was already there. Evil was already being done. Men were already hiding in darkness. Jesus simply came and used his light to expose that darkness and expose that evil and give men the opportunity to be saved from that darkness and that evil. God loved the world enough that he gave up his Son to help men escape that. And yet, what he clearly points out in this passage is that some still will not believe. Not everyone's going to come to Jesus. Not everyone's going to believe in him. And those who do not believe are in fact condemned. But not because if Jesus hadn't come, they wouldn't have been condemned, but rather because they were already condemned. And through Jesus, they have the opportunity to be relieved of that condition. The question is for us. We are already condemned as sinners. We've looked at passages such as Romans 3 and verse 23. This is, all men have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. All men are sinners, therefore all are condemned. So the question is, as the condemned, what do we do about that condition? Do we accept the love that God offers in Jesus Christ? And do we believe in him, and do we serve him and come to him that we might be in truth? Do we seek the light, or do we wish to continue to hide in darkness? Because, as our memory verse says, he who does the truth comes to the light, that his deeds may be clearly seen, that they have been done in God. We thank you for thinking on these things, and we hope you'll join us again tomorrow.
Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook for more content like this.